Welcome to this September energy update for 2025, where I, Bree, am going to be plugging in as our tuner today, our multi-dimensional tuner, our conduit, our channel for the day, to hear from both the High Council of Light and the Akashic Records guides on what energies we would be best served to be aware of in the month of September. I also can feel that embedded in this transmission, there's going to be somewhat of an energetic activation. It seems that this energetic activation is likely going to be around your spiritual gifts. So if that interests you, then I will be recording a transmission after this one called the Activation Portal, where you can go deeper with it. But again, if in this energy update you want to receive light codes for the highest and best good of all, you can say yes. Also noting that in this space, at least the energy update space, you can always come as an observer. Maybe I'm sensing that some of you have some skepticism around channeling, around mostly channeling in this group. Those that are watching this video, you might have some apprehension about channeling. And if that is the case, it may be possible that your channeling gifts are opening up. Remember that you're always, in a sense, channeling your higher self. All right, so I think that the guides are ready. So settle in, no driving or operating machinery. We're going to hear from them, and we're just going to be open and curious. And if you have the opportunity to take in this transmission in nature, that would be the best case scenario. But if not, that's totally all right. Also, if you're indoors and you want to bring maybe a nature element in, I'm seeing kind of like bringing a flower in, or bringing a twig in, or a rock or a crystal from outside. That will serve as your nature connection. So we're going to drop in. No driving or operating machinery. You might have said that already. All right. We're invited in the month of September to become comfortable with facing our subconscious mind. There will be events and energies on the planet that will require you to look deeper within yourself. My guides are just asking me to explain that they're showing me a series in a circle around us of revolving doors. They're showing me that we each have 12 revolving doors. They're saying in the month of September, we're going to be faced with our multi-galactic roots. We're going to become aware, they're saying undeniably or very aware of our complete embodiment. They're showing me we all have, at least on planet Earth, we have 12 archetypes, 12 embodiments, 12 energetic formulas that our soul has an interest or an intention, or they're even saying investment in knowing fully. What they're showing me is that planet Earth is a place that we can incarnate and we can experience these 12 archetypes all in one life. They're showing me this is not an availability in other realms. They're also showing me that higher frequency incarnations typically have us focus on one bandwidth, one color, one frequency. But Earth is rare in that when we come to Earth, we can experience all 12. Some even venture to the 13. In the month of September, they're asking us to pay attention to how our body responds to light codes, to solar flares, CMEs, and they're showing me when we have proton or plasma influx, that the way that they're showing this to me is it widens the planet slightly. They're showing me when the protons and the plasma come into the planet that the Earth gets a bit wider around the equator, or what they're saying now is midline. And they're also showing me that the body of the human is similar. But they're showing me that when this comes in, we're not going to feel stretched horizontally. We're going to feel stretched vertically. Because they're giving me this imagery where we'll be able to see more. And they're also showing me that the energetics of September will be very supportive for us to fully, completely, and totally let go of, they're showing me a lot of words. Okay. Habits, communication styles, they're saying substance use. They're saying fictitious relationships. They're saying disharmonious ties or disharmonious connections. In the month of September, those are going to transmute. And they're saying whether you like it or not. So I'm asking them to be a bit more practical. This feels to be maybe the collection, yes, a collection of your guardian angels. And they're binding together to come up with something to tell us that will be helpful. It's fun to watch them do this. They're saying relish in the small pleasures as much as you can all day, every day in the month of September. And they're saying that a lot of you, they're saying in the month of July and August of 2025, I'm sensing some of you watching this outside of 2025. They're saying in the month of July and August, you might have had your problem areas of life or your issue areas of life very pronounced, very known, very in your face to greet and confront. And then they're saying in the month of September is when that all shifts. And then the ascension teams are saying shift your perspective of your problems and your issues to your treasure. This is how you can convert what you currently deem as your problem into your ring of inclusion. This is how you can they're showing me the image of Bob Ross where you make a mistake on your canvas and they're birds now. They're being very light and loving. And they're also saying, they're showing me in this sort of, it's this holographic structure, and we've been kind of working our way to the center of this holographic structure. And the center of the holographic structure is saying, it's a golden key, and it's reminiscent of your guardian angels are finding statements. They're saying, take yourself less seriously. They're saying, be playful with it. They're also saying, this is odd, but they're saying, loosen your jaw. Loosen your jaw. They're showing me the Vesca Pisces, and they're showing me, remember, the key to all of this is you. The key isn't something you're going to find out there. These locks that you sense in your life, the way to open them is by finding the key within you. They're also showing me this. Oh, the fairies are here. They're showing me they're saying, delight in the earth experience, for it is but a blip in the history of your soul. And they're showing me energetically right now that Earth life is much shorter than life on other planets. And they're saying that an Earth life is very densely packed. They're showing me this comparison where let's say we remember Arcturus, Lyra, Pleiades, Andromeda, Sirius. It's the main groups in this session for all of you. But those lives were, they're showing, this is wild. They're showing me in some cases thousands of years. And they're saying that's on Earth, it's quick. It's quick. And I'm asking because of the paradox that they always tell me that time doesn't exist outside of here. But they're saying that there are time realms. So, in essence, what they're trying to communicate right now is make it count. Relish in it. Moment by moment. We're not here for long. So let's enjoy it. Let's be curious about it. Let's be explorative with it. And let's get a little bit more. They're saying especially September to December of 2025. They're saying get a little bit more adventurous. They're also showing me this energetic where the last couple months have been a little bit focused on, more so at least, the inner teen, and now we're moving into a little bit more of the inner child. A they're showing me a grounded playfulness. All right, and I'm just asking them if they have any more to share because I am very filled with light. They're helping us with this. They're just emanating a little bit of a comfort, a grounding, earth-like energy to help us really integrate the cosmic, the interstellar, and the beyond our mind's ability to fully grasp. Untaya no tu era, ungai mterang, untesio, aronoto. And they're just letting me know that part of what we did today was, I was going to say activate the rainbow body, but they're showing me stimulate the rainbow body, because most of you have already had a rainbow body activation. So this is, it's a bit of an upgrade, or it's a refresh, a system update on your rainbow body. Yeah, and they're just saying, have no fear. Have no fear. You're protected. You're fostering in a golden age period. Have grace. Allow yourself a moment to really get grounded and back here in this present moment. This present physical moment. That was different. That was different than it normally is. Please let me know in the comments how you received this. Did you receive anything yourself? Just getting out of the channel right now as I'm kind of getting back down to this dimensional state. They were showing me 3-Eye Atlas, and they were showing me similar to Oumuamua and other interstellar bodies in the cosmos. And this is, I would say, pretty well known to the people that are studying this type of thing, but basically as 3-Eye Atlas gets closer to the sun will get more active. So that's to be expected, and they kind of showed me that most people know this, but they wanted it to be a little bit more pronounced, that these energetics that are coming in are really for our highest and best good. And they're, in many cases, upgrading us. And again, like they talked about, and that was a little bit different than I normally tune in because it was a little bit more oscillative. In other words, sometimes I go and I park up there and I'm like in the 7th dimension trance channeling and I don't remember the things that I say. In this one, it was a little bit more of a flexible experience where it wasn't locked in at that 7th dimensional trance state. It was kind of a mix. I was kind of seeing this energetic of, it was like a mixing of spiritual divine energies and earth. So we were sort of anchoring these, our higher self-consciousness, essentially, into the earth. So I hope that you enjoyed this. If you want to take it in my space library space that's free, where I put the energy updates every month, head on over there. Also know that I have many offerings going on right now, all very powerful and reasonably priced. All of them are going to be listed below. I encourage you to explore, because the month of September is going to be pretty magical, and we're going to enjoy it. Yes? Are we in? Excellent. Let's take a deep breath together.